Hey, what's happening, family? So I'm recording this one today from a soundproof room at a co-working space in Dubai, of all places. So I do have very good acoustics in here, but I do kind of look like the Godfather in this video camera. So I probably look a bit dark and mysterious. So I apologize for that, as there's no natural light in this soundproof room. But this one, I wanted to talk about how you can use ChatGPT to easily travel hack and to save thousands of dollars, like literally when you travel. And this is really the easiest hack that I've found, travel hack, recent travel hack using AI. A bit about myself, I've been traveling more or less the last 14 years or so, at least 6 months out of every year, to the point where I've been traveling full time pretty much for the last 10 years, living abroad, going wherever I want. I was recently in Nepal last week. Now I'm in the total opposite end of the spectrum here in Dubai. But I want to show you, like, this is the place that I was able to arrive to when I arrived here in Dubai, my first night here in Dubai. That's the view after waking up. And I was able to get all this for free. I had this apartment on like 39th floor with a gym, a pool, security, everything, like a sauna, game room and everything, and high-speed Wi-Fi, of course. And all of this stuff was free. In a few days, I'll be moving to another condo for 9 days. That's also free, with a gym and pool and everything else, in Dubai, of all places. And so I reckon that just from the savings from these 2 weeks, I've probably saved well over $1,000. I think, rooms aren't cheap here in Dubai. Like, you could be spending $200 a night, just on some of these hotel rooms, and I'm able to stay in some of these condos for free for a couple weeks. So it's at least like $2,000 in savings. And it's really, really easy with ChatGPT, but I kind of want to walk you through the process. I've been traveling for a very long time. I know a lot of travel hacks. I've made the Be Paid to Travel course. So if you're watching this lesson, you're either taking the Be Paid to Travel course or the AI Alchemy course, because I'm adding this lesson to both courses. And so I think this is a great example of how you can save a lot of money, and ChatGPT can help you with it. Because there's a lot of, if you haven't traveled much, you might not know that there's a lot of websites out there that can help you to save on accommodations. So one that I've used recently is this one, trustedhousesitters.com. Another popular one is Couchsurfing. So I don't know why, but it's blocking Couchsurfing here in Dubai. So I have to use Firefox because I have a proxy set up on Firefox. So anytime I have a website that's like randomly blocked, I will use a proxy. Some people use VPN. I have an easy proxy set up on Firefox, so I can use Chrome normally, and then Firefox from the US. So a lot of people might know of this website, couchsurfing.com, and I've had a profile on here for, gosh, I want to say like 14 or 15 years. I wrote this a very long time ago. Yeah, it's 2009, so it's 2023 now, almost 2024. And I have a whole bunch of references from a long time ago. I don't do couch surfing much nowadays, but I think it's a great option if you're going to a new country, if you're going to someplace pricier, like more expensive. Like I actually couch surfed with a friend last time I was in Singapore and saved quite a bit of money just staying there in our living room. And these websites, like there's a bunch of websites like Couchsurfing, Trusted House Sitters, where you can take care of a person's pets while they go away on vacation. There's other ones like Home Exchange, where if you already have a space, you can exchange it for another one someplace else in the world. Another one is World Packers, where you can basically offer some kind of trade to one of these places with empty rooms in different places all over the world. So last time I was on the site, I was looking at places in Cyprus, I think. So if I had booked one of these opportunities from World Packers, I could have saved hundreds of dollars on a trip to Cyprus by getting free accommodation. Now, personally, I didn't want to be like a janitor or cleaning up dorm rooms in a hostel, but if there's something that I can do to help them with their marketing, for example, like Google Maps SEO, or to help them with their social media content, to create a lot of social media content, have AI do the work, something that I'm good at, leveraging my skills, I can easily get a month for free at the beach, on one of these islands in the Mediterranean. using a website like Worldpackers. And so AI helps to make all of this much, much easier than it's ever been before, because here's the rub, right? So if I go on couch surfing, and this is kind of competitive because you can basically just get a free place to stay wherever you go. And you don't really have to do much. You just have to hang out with the person and make friends with them. So, it's kind of nice if you're going someplace new, you want someone to hang out with, you can share some good times. But the rub is with these websites is you have to kind of read the person's profile first, to send them a personalized request. Nobody likes to get these personal, like copy and paste messages. And it's the same, like if I'm hosting somebody, if they just send me a generic outreach message, I'm probably not going to respond to that because it doesn't really pique my interest, It's kind of like dating, you want to find commonalities, you want to find like, why you guys would be friends, why you'd be cool to hang out with. And so if you go through, like I just searched in Belgium here, and then you can set your dates, and all of these websites are pretty similar. You set your travel dates, and then you can look at the opportunities here. And then we can see like, okay, she's got friends, she's got references, she's accepting guests. It takes longer than a week to reply, so I need to request in advance. Here's another one, so accepting guests, and you can kind of go through the list. You can see who looks pretty cool. They have a lot of references, a lot of friends. You can open these up in new tabs. And in the past, you would have to like actually read their profiles and send them a nice personalized request. But what we can do is we can actually just go to ChatGPT, and we can go here where it says, send request, and she apparently has a 0% response rate. So I would probably try to find somebody with a higher response rate. So as many of these as I can, and set my dates. So I'm not actually going to Brussels. I'm just using this as an example. And with couch surfing, you might just request like maximum 3 nights just to be polite. You don't want to like live on the person's couch. But then here's where you just have to send the personalized message. And so what you can do is you can just copy everything from their profile and then paste it into ChatGPT. So ChatGPT will write the letter for you. So I did this more than a week ago before I came to Dubai when I was in Nepal. And by the way, if you're in a country like Nepal or Thailand, you probably don't need to do this effort. I mean, you don't need to follow this strategy because it's already so cheap that you can get a room for like $5 a night in Nepal. It's not an issue. But if you're going to places like Tokyo or Dubai or Hong Kong, the savings that you get can be quite considerable. So here's my prompt. I just said, can you help me to personalize couch surfing requests? I'll send you the request template and then the person's profile info, and then you can write a couch surfing request that's cheerful and friendly. And I don't write this, please write in English language, it's just added by AI PRM. And so here's this kind of like my generic message that I kind of just put together. And then I asked ChatGPT to personalize that to the person's profile. So you just copy and paste the entire person's profile here, countries they visited, about the person, why they're on couch surfing, interests. And then here's a personalized couch surfing request for Daniel send a venue. And it's like, I can't help but notice your zest for life, your love for experiencing different cultures, This is a little bit about myself. And then it will personalize this request based on their interests and where they've traveled and more about the person. So you can see you're into travel, photography, And so you can basically just copy and paste this into the couch request. And then hit send. And then you just go to the next one and you just copy everything on this profile. And then of course I'll just put so here's the generic one. So I think I don't remember, but maybe I set up a Google document where I had the generic one and then I just copied and pasted the other one after that. Otherwise I could just paste this in here and copy this other one, the generic one. And then ChatGPT will go to work to write that personalized request. And so, as you can see from the history here, there's a profile, and then there's another one. So, hey there, T. And then it'll write this really interesting, very well thought through message to send to these people. And you can send so many of these requests out so quickly, and they're all personalized. They're very well put together. It looks like someone really made an effort. And so that's going to get people's attention when you send these couch requests. And as you can see, you can make like 20 of these messages to send out to people. Now, this doesn't only work with travel hacking websites like Couchsurfing. You can also do this with other sites like Upwork, for example. You can personalize your job requests just by copying the job into ChatGPT and writing one of these really detailed, in-depth outreach messages by just copying what's on the job. And you can land a lot more contracts and get more money that way. So here's another example. And so it really just like, it finds common things to connect with, it builds rapport, talks about northern lights and so forth. And so you can do this on pretty much any website, the same process, not only with Couchsurfing or Upwork, you can do this with sites like Trusted House Sitters. And so next week I got a free place to stay for 9 days to stay with this dog while the owner is traveling. So I got a notification a few days ago that I was chosen. I felt like a Pokemon that just got chosen to battle. And basically, like I just did the same process. I just went and copied all the information about that particular house sit, and ChatGPT wrote a very nice message to send to them. So this was another one that I sent out for another person in Dubai. And it just came down to copying everything about the opportunity. And it wrote this, really in detailed letter that is sure to get that person's attention. And so if you go to view listing and, Trusted House Sitters, you do have to pay, I think it's about $50 a year, but you get this back in savings the first time you get a house sit. And for me, this happened very, very quickly. I sent that out and like she replied to me like the next day. And then I was able to meet her a couple of days ago and get this apartment secured. But basically, it's just basically the same thing. You can just copy everything on here. Introduction, home and location. There'll be some information about the pets, responsibilities, and so on. And let's go and take a look at that prompt so you can get an idea of exactly what I did. So here's the house sitter message that it sent out. The reasons why you can trust me: reliability, pet lover, respectful guest. And then here's the prompt, right? So here's the whole opportunity pasted in a ChatGPT. I just said, like, I need to send applications for a house sitting assignment. Please mention about how I'm reliable, trustworthy, I've been traveling for more than a decade. I'm a respectful guest and also a pet and animal lover. I can also work remotely from home, so I'll have plenty of time to devote attention and care to the pet. You can use my Couchsurfing profile as well. I'll copy my profile below from the house sitter website and then details about the house sitter. So ChatGPT actually helped me to create my whole house sitting profile from scratch. And I believe what I did is I copied my Couchsurfing profile and I said, hey, I need to create a pet sitting website profile. Yeah, so there's my profile here, and then I pasted in the opportunity. So here's the prompt where I asked it to write a pet sitting bio for trusted house sitters to help me get pet sitting and house sitting gigs. And then I basically copied and pasted information from other profiles and an example pet sitting bio that I found online. So I just looked up like pet sitting bios, I found a good one. Here's my Couchsurfing profile that I pasted in here. And then I also put my podcast bio, which I sent to people when I'm a podcast guest. And then here's the example pet sitting bio. And it's like, animals are my life. I've always had pets growing up. I love animals. And then here's the pet sitting bio for using trusted house sitters. And so I was able to copy all of this about the about me, experience, philosophy, interests, my promise to you, get in touch. So it was all very good and professional. And we're able to bust this all out in no time flat. And that was able to help me get my profile together in no time at all and basically start getting opportunities on this website. And so, all this stuff I was able to fill in. I had to ask for a few references from friends, but no problem. Lickety split, ready to go. And so this website works better in some countries than others. I mean, here in Dubai, there might only be like 3 house sits in total, but I was able to get it. So it wasn't too competitive. I think there was only 3 people that applied to the one that I got, and 2 of them weren't even in Dubai. So being in Dubai gave me an advantage because I was able to meet her as soon as I landed. And if you look up like certain countries, like Italy, for example, I know that there's a lot of house sitting opportunities, and some of these are just incredible properties, like in a stone castle in Tuscany or something. Maybe not a castle, but it's like a villa. You can look up like Malta or Cyprus, all over the Mediterranean and all over Europe. And during holiday seasons like Easter, winter time, there's a lot of people traveling, and so they need house sitters to stay with their pets. So you're doing them a big favor by staying at their place while they're gone. And so let's look through some of these for Italy. I think last time I checked, there were about 30 of these or so, quite a lot, and you can see some of the opportunities out here. So the idyllic sea views over the coastline in San Nicola Arcella, Venice, Italy. Wow, look at that property, amazing. Under the Tuscan sun, stone house, incredible. Florence. So, Italy is not a cheap place to travel. My mom went to Rome several years ago and she cut her trip short because it was so expensive. And imagine how much you can save if you stay for free everywhere you go. Pretty freaking cool. And so there are other websites out there like this, like I mentioned Worldpackers, there's another one called Workaway. And you can browse a lot of these opportunities even without a membership. Like if I go to Spain or to Costa Rica, Costa Rica is exciting. Let's check out that one. And yeah, going back to the house sitting thing, I had a house sit in Bangkok some years ago where I was there for like 6 months. And the apartment was about $700 a month in Bangkok. So I reckon I saved probably around $5,000 when you include the utilities. It's pretty amazing. And so you can imagine the fun things you can do when you're saving all this money and you're also making money using AI at the same time. It's a 1-2 punch. So here we go, Costa Rica. So we gotta see that most of these opportunities, like they want like farming, gardening, housekeeping, and so forth. But there's nothing wrong with if you have like a specialized set of skills, you can offer to help them with like marketing or getting their social media together. If they have empty space, there's no reason for them not to accept you. And you can use AI to follow the same process. So you can go to the profiles and say like, here's my bio. Here is this opportunity I want to apply for. And these are my selling points. And you can repeat this process. And the beautiful thing about this is that AI, and especially ChatGPT, allows you to scale all of this so fast. It used to be able to, I used to have to set aside a couple hours to send out couch requests. And now I can send out 20 couch requests in no time at all. I can do it before I have my breakfast. And you can see, like, even I knew that being in a place like Dubai, it might be difficult for me to get a house sit. I was able to get one. But because I expected it to be competitive and difficult, I sent out a lot of requests. I sent out probably like 20 at least, I want to say. So these are all the ones I sent just in Dubai. Yeah, so starting from here, probably close to 20, maybe a little bit less. I think around 18 couch requests. And so that's how I was able to get some hosts here and then transition into having my own place to house it. And yeah, it's really easy. And like I said, it's just so easy to scale all of this with ChatGPT. It can help you to create your profiles for these websites. It can help you send all these requests out so that you pick one location like Costa Rica, Cyprus, Malta, Ibiza, wherever it is you want to go. And there's probably like 30 opportunities, and you send out 30 applications in 30 minutes, and your chances of success are very, very high. Home Exchange is another one that I mentioned. There's a whole bunch of other websites where you can get these free accommodations. There's even websites where you can like volunteer on a boat, for example. So you take 2 weeks and you help out on a boat and you cruise around the Mediterranean. So that's a once in a lifetime experience. You might be lucky and even go across the sea to South America. So I mentioned Home Exchange. There's another one called Love Home Swap, which is very similar to Home Exchange. If you have a place of your own that you can swap with someone else, or maybe your parents' home that's empty. You put it up there, and then someone will request you to stay at a place like Italy or Thailand or someplace like this. And I do believe there's another one. I want to say Mind My House. I do believe that's another house sitting website. So only $29 for house sitters. So, pick the one that suits your style and how you like to travel. I've also gotten free stays just from approaching people directly in person and saying, hey, I can help you with your website. I can help you get leads from Instagram. I put up a WordPress website for them with a theme, and it takes like maybe 1 or 2 days, and I have a place to stay at a boutique hotel for a month. I've been reading, I remember reading Dan Kennedy's book, No BS Marketing to the Affluent, and he talked about how wealthy people often barter, because barter is a way that people can have mutual benefit. There's no sales process to go through. It's not taxable. You can get something, the other person gets something, and it's an even exchange. So nothing wrong with saving money this way if you have skills that you can leverage and find the opportunity that works for you. And my advice to you and my homework for you after you watch this lesson, if you haven't signed up for a few of these websites, like Couchsurfing, if you're not on there already, and Trusted House Sitters, for example, use ChatGPT and upload your bio, ask it to help you write a pet sitter profile. Sign up for one of these and go plan your next trip, plan your next vacation. Mind My House is another one. And you can use ChatGPT to make sure that you're applying for all of the opportunities. And then expand this to other sites as well. I mean, you don't have to only do this for traveling. You can also go to websites like freelance job websites, like Upwork, for example, follow this exact same process. And you can systemize all of this and get all of these opportunities coming to you. It's really incredible, and I hope that you leverage it and take advantage of this. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you have some fun. Leave a comment and tell me where you're going to be traveling to next. If you get your next opportunity to house sit or work away or couch sitting opportunity, let me know how what you did with this information, how it helped you. All right, thanks, and catch you in the next one.